Have you ever felt like life is rushing by, especially as you enter your golden years? As we age, it's easy to fall into habits that not only diminish our dignity but also influence how others perceive us. In this video, I'll share 5 key behaviors to avoid, helping you cultivate a graceful and respectful presence in your later years. These insights could transform how you navigate the challenges of aging, and help you embrace this stage of life with wisdom and dignity. So, be sure to stay tuned until the very end. Before we begin, I'd truly appreciate it if you could like this video. Your support helps me continue sharing valuable lessons on aging gracefully. If you haven't subscribed yet, I encourage you to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a video. Also, let me know your thoughts. Comment 1 if you enjoyed this video, or 0 if you think it could be improved. Your feedback helps me create better content just for you. Now let's get started. Life feels long, but in the blink of an eye, we find ourselves stepping into old age. Time passes so quickly, youth feels like a long climb uphill, but the descent happens in what feels like moments. How do we manage the ticking clock of old age and the calendar of life? Aging is inevitable for every human being, but growing older doesn't necessarily mean growing wiser. As the years go by, our appearances may change, our bodies weaken, memories fade, and we may find ourselves reminiscing more about the past than dreaming about the future. Age spots and wrinkles appear, marking the passage of time. Yet even as the physical effects of aging take their toll, there's a beauty unique to those who carry their years with grace and dignity. Some elderly individuals radiate wisdom and character, having weathered life's many challenges. Their presence is like that of an old tree blossoming with beautiful flowers, a testament to resilience and inner strength. On the other hand, those who insist their opinions are always right or act recklessly risk being dismissed as stubborn or difficult. While physical aging is inevitable, the way we carry ourselves in our later years is within our control. Will you be remembered as someone with a gentle expression and open mind, or as someone constantly criticized for being hard to deal with? The choice is yours. Many elderly people reflect positively on their day, asking themselves if they lived it well. Though we may not grow more physically beautiful with age, we can strive to avoid becoming unsightly in spirit. Today I'll share 5 behaviors you should steer clear of to nurture a more mature and graceful inner self. By avoiding these pitfalls, you can work toward cultivating a dignified and meaningful old age. Let's embrace the opportunity to grow not just older, but wiser, together. Number 1. Behavior to avoid: monopolizing conversations. Without even realizing it, many elderly individuals may monopolize conversations, unaware that others might be silently criticizing them. In the past, when life expectancy was shorter, reaching the age of 60 was a significant milestone, and living past 70 was rare. The young were many, and the elderly few, so even if an elder raised their voice, they would still receive respect and appropriate treatment, whether within the family or community. However, times have changed. Today the elderly are far more prevalent, and rather than receiving respect, they sometimes risk being seen as burdensome. With more elderly people around, certain behaviors like speaking loudly or dominating conversations become more noticeable. Take public transportation or visit a restaurant, and you might encounter elderly individuals speaking so loudly, oblivious to the glares of others. While I understand that hearing loss can sometimes make people speak louder, it's crucial to be mindful not to disturb those around us. This is particularly true during phone conversations. If the topic isn't urgent, it's polite to keep it brief and respect others' space. It can be frustrating for others when someone speaks loudly in public spaces, as if they were in their own living room. While younger people are not exempt from this behavior, it's more conspicuous in older individuals. A person who talks too much can quickly become the target of disdain, and may even be viewed as unpleasant. There's a saying that elderly people should keep their mouths closed and their wallets open. The older we get, the more we should resolve to speak less, and do so softly. Speaking softly doesn't just mean lowering our volume, it also means not forcing our opinions on others. One of the first things we must guard against as we age is stubbornness. Our generation must learn to step back and listen. Basic courtesy should always take precedence in life. While it's important to pursue our interests, we should avoid actions that harm others. Those who dominate conversations often do so to flaunt their abilities or experiences. This can come across as arrogant and boastful. As we grow older, we should strive to become more inquisitive and receptive, rather than living in a shallow, self-centered way. To avoid appearing foolish or unrefined, we must cultivate a humble, considerate attitude as we age. Becoming an elegant elder isn't a result of time alone. It requires restraint, effort, and the right etiquette. Silence can often keep us out of trouble. It's golden, as those who exude inner beauty don't need to say much. Their presence speaks for itself. If you're still watching and finding these lessons helpful, please comment one below to let me know you're with me. I truly appreciate your time and engagement. Number 2. Behavior to avoid excessive bragging or boasting. Some elderly people have the habit of boasting or telling exaggerated tales every time they open their mouths. While it's distasteful to hear someone brag, it might be tolerated if there's a close relationship. However, for some, this behavior only intensifies over time. One of my friends constantly brags about their children, sometimes excessively so. If I had to list 3 things we should never boast about, they would be our spouse, our children, and money. Among these, boasting about one's children is something even close friends should avoid. For some, boasting about their children might feel like a natural expression of pride, but for others who may have struggles with their own kids, it can become a source of stress. Boasting about one's children in front of someone without kids, or those struggling with their own, is similar to bragging about your health in front of someone who is ill. It adds unnecessary pressure to the listener. As people age, they often focus more on boasting than on congratulating others. This habit can drive long-term friends away. To maintain meaningful relationships, it's important not to brag about your children in front of others. If you must share your pride, do so with your spouse, not your friends or acquaintances. When we meet boastful people in society, we often realize that the more someone brags, the less they have to show. They may try to praise themselves, but upon closer inspection, there's often little substance behind their words. Many of the most boastful people turn out to be like a pretty but tasteless apricot, shiny on the outside but empty inside. Why is that? The reason is that boastful individuals often have something to hide. If they don't promote themselves as great, their inadequacies become apparent. To mask their shortcomings, they feel the need to constantly show off. Paradoxically, people with little to show often suffer from anxiety and insecurity. On the other hand, those who have accomplished something significant don't feel the need to boast. Their achievements are naturally visible, through where they live, what they do, and the people they surround themselves with. These individuals are humble and generous, not trying to show off, but rather sharing their success with others. True richness isn't about flaunting wealth, it's about living with humility and generosity. As we age, we realize that boasting is ultimately pointless. Sure, it might feel good to brag when we're alone, but outside of our homes, it's best kept hidden. Knowing your limits is one of the greatest pieces of wisdom that comes with a long life. Number 5. Not maintaining good posture is another common mistake that some elderly people make. As we age, our muscles weaken and our bones become more brittle, making it harder to stand up straight. However, poor posture can have long-term consequences, affecting our overall health, confidence, and how we are perceived by others. Bad posture can cause unnecessary back and joint pain, and it can also lead to issues with balance and mobility. Beyond the physical discomfort, slouching or hunching over can give the impression of poor health, fatigue, and even lack of confidence. In contrast, maintaining good posture can have the opposite effect, projecting a sense of vitality, confidence, and dignity. Good posture aligns the spine, improves lung capacity, and helps the body work more efficiently. It also influences how others perceive us. A person with good posture often appears more energetic, capable, and youthful. This doesn't mean standing rigidly at all times, but practicing awareness of your body position throughout the day can have positive effects. Simple exercises like stretching, yoga, or even walking with a straight back can help strengthen muscles and improve posture. As we age, it's easy to fall into habits of slumping or leaning on furniture for support, but being conscious of our posture can prevent long-term health issues and keep us looking and feeling younger. A good posture can also improve our mood and boost our self-esteem. Just as we take care of our appearance, we should make a conscious effort to maintain a straight back, keeping our shoulders back and head held high. This act of self-respect not only benefits our health, but also helps us interact with others in a more positive way. If you're still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're still with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Number 6. Clinging to past glory and refusing to adapt to new times is another behavior that can hinder elderly individuals from aging gracefully. The world is constantly evolving, and so should we. Sticking to outdated ways of thinking or living in the past can prevent personal growth and make us feel disconnected from the world around us. It's natural to feel nostalgic about the good old days and want to hold on to familiar routines and traditions. However, in doing so, we may miss out on the opportunities that the present offers. To age gracefully, it's important to stay curious and open-minded. Embrace new technology, learn about current trends, and be willing to adapt to the changing world. This doesn't mean abandoning traditions or values, but rather finding a balance between the old and the new. By staying connected to the present and engaging with the world around us, we can keep our minds sharp and prevent feelings of isolation. There's a saying that the more things change, the more they stay the same, and this can be true when it comes to personal growth. While the world may be changing, the fundamental aspects of human connection, kindness, and wisdom remain timeless. Those who embrace change without fear and remain open to new ideas can age with grace and continue to contribute meaningfully to their communities and families. Being adaptable and open to change not only keeps us mentally active but also helps us connect with younger generations. By embracing new ways of thinking and living, we create a bridge between the past and the future, enhancing our relationships with others and ensuring that we remain relevant in a rapidly changing world. If you're still with me and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 5 below to let me know you're still watching. Thank you for your valuable time. Number 7. Avoiding excessive reliance on others is another key to aging gracefully. As we age, it's natural to need help from others more frequently, whether it's from family, friends, or professionals. However, there's a fine line between seeking assistance when necessary and becoming overly dependent on others. Dependency can lead to feelings of helplessness, frustration, and a loss of autonomy. Instead of relying too heavily on others, elderly individuals can focus on maintaining as much independence as possible. This involves taking care of their own needs, whether it's in daily tasks like cooking, cleaning, or even managing personal finances. It's also important to take responsibility for one's health by staying active, eating nutritious food, and regularly visiting the doctor for checkups. While it's important to have a strong support system, the goal should be to remain as self-sufficient as possible. By doing so, elderly individuals can retain their dignity, confidence, and sense of purpose. Being independent also means that we can offer support to others in return, creating a sense of mutual respect and appreciation in relationships. Cultivating self-reliance doesn't mean doing everything alone, but rather finding a balance where we seek help when necessary, while still maintaining the strength and independence that come from managing our own lives. This mindset will not only make aging more fulfilling but also ensure that we are seen as respected and capable individuals, not as burdens. If you're still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 6 below to let me know you're still watching. Thank you for your valuable time. It's important for us to keep in mind that as we age, we must not only preserve our outer appearance but also nurture our inner qualities. As mentioned, the pride and stubbornness that often come with old age can create barriers that push others away. But through ongoing reflection, kindness, and self-awareness, we can avoid becoming isolated and misunderstood. Aging with dignity involves staying engaged with the world, adapting to new realities, and fostering relationships with others. It's about showing respect to younger generations and earning that respect through thoughtful actions rather than simply expecting it because of our years of experience. Our wisdom should translate into patience, humility, and a willingness to listen, rather than a demand for admiration. Moreover, aging doesn't mean we should settle into a mindset that's rigid or unwilling to evolve. Life continuously presents us with opportunities to learn and grow, no matter how old we are. By focusing on cultivating a positive outlook and connecting with those around us, we can create a fulfilling life even in our later years. True respect is earned, not demanded. And if we maintain the grace and humility to adapt to changing times, showing genuine care for others, we can build relationships that are meaningful and lasting. As we close this video, I encourage you to reflect on these insights. How do you plan to carry yourself through your later years? What behaviors do you think are important to adopt or avoid as we move forward? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content that helps you live a life of dignity and purpose. Thanks for joining me today, and remember, the journey is just as important as the destination. Stay engaged, stay curious, and age with grace.